So I realised the last example I gave of my sculpture thing, which I made when I was a kid, was a pretty terrible example of how good the photogrammetry is with a flash and a polarizing filter. This setup. So that's the Godox or AR400. I mean, there's two, but they're basically a clone of each other or something. But so this flash ring has a polarizing filter on it, and the lens also is a circular polarizer. So you can remove the sheen that you normally get with flash photography. So anyway, this is all reconstructed the engine of my car. I just thought that'd be more kind of to demonstrate. And obviously, if you're trying to machine, if you are doing like a CAD part or whatever, then obviously you take photos around the thing that's immediately, you immediately want to work on. I mean, you can see there's lots of lumpy bits and whatever, and it's not perfect, but by any stretch of the imagination. But if you were just to focus on a part that you were trying to scan, also one other fundamental thing is I forgot to put the ruler in. Which is obviously super important, and obviously if you're going to be using the textures in like a VFX thing, you need a Macbeth chart as well, or a X-Rite color checker. It's the same thing, to make sure that your colors are correct. But I didn't put either in there. That was a bit of a mistake there. But you can see, look, I mean, it's sort of, yeah. I mean, So I'm just thinking. I just don't think the low-end scanners are good enough yet. I mean, this took me, I don't know, there's like 95 photos or something. Took me a few minutes to do, maybe. And the flash was set to about 50%. This was outdoors. So that's all I'm trying to say is that I had both the Creality CR1 and also the 3D Maker Pro Mole, and they've got another one that I keep forgetting the name of, which is supposed to be able to do even smaller stuff. And the CR1 probably would be aimed at this sort of scale, and the Mole would be more closer parts, I guess. And then this new one, which I can remember what it's called now, from 3D Maker Pro. That does small, but I just don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I think if you got one of these, I mean, obviously the flash ring was quite expensive. It was like $500 or something. And the camera is like a 300 quid camera, 32 megapixel. I put all the specs in, and the polarizing filter was $200. So yeah, it's a bit more expensive, but it's just you just need to change the lens if you wanted to do like macro photography and you were doing like Warhammer or something. And you wanted to scan your minis, then yeah, I mean, and as obviously it isn't perfect, but like I say, if you were to actually you need to make a specific part, then obviously just take photos around the specific part to get all the detail you need. But I mean, yeah, it's sort of, I mean, even down to the, yeah, I mean, look, so yeah, I just don't, as I say, I don't think, as tempting as they are, I got sucked into it as well. I just think photogrammetry at this sort of level is better. You have to have a really expensive scanner. I'm talking maybe in the thousands to be better. I think we're getting all sorts of detail here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. But yeah, I just thought the last example I gave wasn't really very good in terms of it was quite an abstract thing, and this you can really see the fidelity you can get with the flash ring. I mean, there's it suffers from the same. I did try tweaking the exposure and everything to try and see more into the dark, but it came out about the same. So this is just using the JPEGs off the camera as opposed to the RAW file. I did try the RAW file, didn't seem to work well at all. So anyway, I just wanted to show you, a sort of practical, my reasoning behind why I think the under £1,000 structured light scanners aren't or laser scanners aren't really worth it, I don't think, because you just have so much more versatility with a flash ring and a good DSLR. Okay, that's it. I'm just going to stop the video.